Archives of Prasar Bharati presents the timeless treasure of golden era.
As spring turns to summer in our parks and gardens, the flame of the forest becomes the centre of bird activity. A number of them are attracted to the tree, either to sip nectar from the flowers or to pick off insects drawn to the vivid red blossoms. Hoping to take good advantage of these bounties of nature are the jungle babblers. Normally perched on trees or bushes, these birds waste no time in hopping down to the ground to catch their unsuspecting prey. Even though it's one of the best-known birds of India, the jungle babbler is unlikely to win awards for its looks or behavior. Needless to say, babblers spend most of their time babbling, in a manner no one could possibly describe as pleasant. Ah, that's better. Soothes the vocal cords. And then it's back to the trees to dish out another stream of chatter. The babblers are really unstoppable. In sharp contrast to the rowdiness of the babblers, it's a relief to run into some beautifully sedate green pigeons, much given to sitting for long periods among the leaves of the peepal tree. These plump, rather smug-looking creatures are related to the common blue pigeon seen around city homes, except that the green pigeon dwells only in trees. In keeping with their gentle, peace-loving nature, these birds feed only on fruit and nuts. They're amazingly sluggish and stir only with the greatest reluctance. The sleep-inducing drone of these turtle doves, a steady coo, coo, can be heard through the afternoon. Also a practitioner of the art of laziness, the dove will descend to the ground only occasionally to feed on seeds and grain. A pair of hoopoe birds forage for juicy tidbits like worms and grubs below the surface of the ground. It's late in the day, but the hoopoe bird still gets the worm and politely offers to share it with its mate. Gardens in spring are a riot of colour. but few colours in nature can match the brilliance of the peacock in its breeding plumage. If the peacock is vain, well, surely it has good reason. It struts around, displaying its dazzling feathers, quite confident of its irresistible charms. The object, of course, of all this showing off are these peahens, comparatively dowdy in their appearance. Impressed by the peacock's persistent wooing, they decide to move in for a closer look. Yes, well, very nice. But the peahens are not interested. Love's labour lost. Ah, well, it happens all the time. Helping itself to a light meal of berries, a red-whiskered bulbul whiles away the afternoon. With its outrageous punk hairdo, the bird's all set to hit the scene, man. The white-cheeked bulbul is a more conventional-looking bird. Its preference is for thorny scrub where it can be found hopping along the rocks or in low bushes. The signature tune, almost, of arid grassy scrubland is the loud and piercing call of partridges. These playback singers, heard but seldom seen, emerge from their cover only very occasionally. After a short-laboured flight, the crow pheasant rests on a tree to get its breath back. It looks like a crow, all dressed up for a party. It belongs to a group of non-parasitic cuckoos, non-parasitic in the sense that they don't deposit their eggs in the nests of other birds, a nasty habit that many cuckoos have. The crow pheasant gets its name from its heavy build, slow gait, and its habit of feeding on the ground, which often leads it to be mistaken for a pheasant. Soaring over ridges in the high Himalayas, the Himalayan griffon vulture circles in the sky all day long. Riding on rising currents of hot air, it glides effortlessly over the wide valleys, up to heights of 20,000 feet. Well, not the most cheerful of sights. A group of white-backed vultures brood on a dead tree. Unlike vultures who feed on dead animals, hawks and falcons are birds of prey, highly skilled in the art of hunting small rodents and reptiles from the ground. The pale hawk sits on a high vantage point and surveys its domain with, well, it's got to be said, hawk-like eyes. It whiles away the time by flapping its tail as the failing light makes hunting difficult. In contrast, the brown fish owl spends its daylight hours in a listless stupor. It sits all day long in some shady branch, always close to water, and comes out to hunt only at night. The spotted owlet is a small, impish-looking bird with a lively nature, caught off guard here, putting its foot in its mouth. That done, it then begins to rehearse some complicated steps from a classical Russian ballet, until boredom, if not fatigue, makes it decide that perhaps sleep is a better alternative.